Breaking news. Someone tried to break into the campaign headquarters in Virginia of Donald Trump. Sound like Watergate all over again? It obviously is. And who's probably behind it other than those in the Biden-Harris administration or those related to them, their agents, private detectives, only God knows who. But a likely suspect as well are the Iranians. The Iranians allegedly sent a hit squad to kill Trump 2 weeks before that fateful day of his attempted assassination in Butler, Pennsylvania. This is a full court press to take Trump out one way or the other, either through political dirty tricks or just simply to kill him. And we have our strike force, our anti-assassination strike force, looking into, through a grand jury, a citizen's grand jury, into what appears to be an attempt, either through inaction or direct involvement, of the Biden-Harris regime to try to kill President Trump. And of course, that happened at a time when he was far ahead in the polls concerning Joe Biden. So I want you to go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. We are your real Justice Department. We don't bow down to anybody. We are unafraid. We will do what needs to be done. But this is a very serious situation. We don't want this country to go to the verge of violence. We want this to be peacefully solved. But it appears that Biden, Harris, and the Democrats, including their friends in Iran, of course, the Iranians don't want Trump to be elected because he's been tough on them, at least tougher than Biden and Harris. He should have been even tougher in that regard. Frankly, at this point, the United States, Israel, and Saudi Arabia, either all of them or one of them at least, should have taken out the Iranian nuclear sites. Iran is now testing again detonators on an atomic bomb. It's quite likely they already have atomic bombs. If not, they're just days away from it. Everybody agrees on that, including the nuclear arm of the United Nations, which hardly is an enemy of Iran. But this tells you something, is that it's interesting that Iran may be the one behind the assassination attempt and also breaking into Trump's headquarters in Virginia to get inside information. Also, it's alleged that they're breaking into other operatives and consultants of Trump. And it reminds me of the time when I ran for the US Senate in Florida against Fidel Castro. I had a slogan, Quitemos a Castro ahora, in Spanish. Let's get rid of Castro now. Castro, through his press agency, Grandma, broke into my internet account. And interestingly enough, in fact, there was some humor about this, advocated that people in Florida vote for Mel Martinez, who was a Cuban refugee called a Pedro Pan. He left before his parents left, but when he got to Florida, he did nothing to help his own people. I did a lot to help his own people. So Castro did not want me to be senator. In addition, I had a judgment against him when I ran Judicial Watch for over $2 million, for about $2 million, for shooting down Brothers to the Rescue planes and killing them in the Straits over Cuba. They were patrolling the Straits to pick up Cubans that were fleeing the communist hellhole of Castro. So I thought you'd find this of interest. It's very important because it's quite clear that Iran wants Kamala Harris and the clown that she has as her leftist vice president to be president and vice president. They don't want Donald Trump, similar to what Castro attempted with me years ago when I ran for the US Senate in Florida. He didn't want me to be the senator. He would rather have a Cuban like Mel Martinez, who never did anything to try to legally and peacefully take him out and remove him from power. That's my message for today. Please go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. Doesn't matter whether you want to vote for Trump or not. The fact is these things should not happen in our democracy and in our republic. And it's important that people rise up now, not wait around for the so-called government to do it, because the government is not your friend. The government is its own friend, including the people that are inside of that government. To give you an example, they give themselves immunity for anything they do. That's something that will be removed if we ever have an amendment to our Constitution through our Third Continental Congress, which we're proceeding to do. God bless you God bless America. God save America. And remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast.